Australia Cup champions.
Sydney FC, they'll win the cup.
From the battlers, the bolters to the big guns, welcome to the 10th edition of the Australia Cup draw. It kicked off in 2014, the biggest knockout competition in this country, and we are back yet again. And it is draw night tonight, and joining me for the wild ride that it will be, it's a very warm welcome to Andy Harper. Harps, great to see you.
Tara, great to be here.
And Simon Hill. Hilly, great to see you as well.
Good to see you, Taz.
It is wild. If I think 10 years ago, some of the best moments we've all experienced, been part of it since its very inception in 2014. The flavours, the food, the scaffolding, the characters, the scaffolding, the wind,
yes,
are some things that stick out for me. But what about for the both of you and fond memories?
And at any particular venue around Australia, not all of those things come together the way they need to from time to time, which is all part of the fun. I mean, it's a great competition. It's got a lot of history anchored way back in the 60s, of course, but it was in hiatus for a while, and 10 years now since it's been rejuvenated, Simon, and with the big prize at the end of it. And the Mariners showed a way through to the big dance in Asia, a very lucrative prize at the end if someone wants to go all the way.
I want to give you a scaffolding story.
Please do.
So, Hume City a few years ago, I think they were playing Green Gully, or it might have been Bentley Greens. But anyway, whatever it was, I was doing the commentary with Arthur Pappas on top of a gantry. The wind was blowing through. It started to rain. We were holding the notes down, and I was calling the game, and all of a sudden I looked to my right and Arthur's gone. He's disappeared because he got up to readjust himself or do his coat up or something, and the chair blew away and he ended up on his backside. So yeah, some great memories, great stories. And I love the Cup. It's one of my favourite times of the year.
It is one of the best. I've still got this image of Arthur Pappas's feet in the
Just a pair of feet in the air.
And
that's
you're
all
just continuing the call. We are joined by a very special guest who has played a big part of the Australia Cup. Roy O'Donovan, you've got the big task of drawing all of the balls this evening. A very good evening to you. And you've played a big part of the Australia Cup. You made your Brisbane Roar debut in the Oz Cup.
I did. We beat Sydney FC at Leichhardt Oval. It was one of the few good days I've had in the Australia Cup. I missed a few penalties, as Simon will tell you. I've lost a few penalty shootouts, and this is the furthest I've gone in the competition, so I'm happy to be here tonight. Thank you very much.
We're glad that
What happened to the high-flying Sydney Olympic, right? Really, with you as the talisman?
Sorry.
NWS Spirit this year, they put the nail in our coffin. You know, they wouldn't even let an old man like myself just get a sympathy card through to the next round.
They'll be getting a bad draw tonight.
That's right.
That's what it is. We done the draw last time, that's the problem.
And that you're having the last laugh, or you might tonight. Thanks so much, Roy. Great to see you here as well. Well, let's cross out. We are here, there and everywhere. Of course, this competition takes us across the country. Now joined by the Australia Cup 2015 winner. Archie Thompson is at the home of Hume City, soaking up some of the atmosphere. Archie, who's alongside you? What's happening over there?
Yes. Well, I've got the captain here, Thomas Lukic. We'll be hoping for a bit of luck. He's from Melbourne, Srbija, doing wonderful things here in Melbourne. Mate, what are you expecting from this cup draw?
We're a little bit unknown for us. We're coming in with excitement and just enthusiasm. I guess we're a team from a lower division, so yeah, we really don't mind who we get and where we go. Boys would love an away trip, but yeah, we'll see what we get. I
just had a bit of info from over there. You're the lowest ranked team in the 32. Do you believe you can beat some of these boys if you're drawn up against them?
I mean, we can beat anyone on our day, I guess. Yeah, the way we play, the team that we have. So yeah, we're not really scared or anything about who we get. So.
And your teammates said you want Perth, you want Gold Coast, not for the football, for the night out though.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, some of the boys are pretty keen to get away. Away from the cold of Melbourne. So yeah, it'd be good to do something away with the boys. Yeah.
Is that all right, Coach? Yeah, we're all good here. Thanks, Stars.
Thanks, Arch. Yeah, soak up all the atmosphere there. Melbourne, Srbija on their debut. Well, let's get across to New South Wales Inner West in Sydney, the home of APIA Leichhardt. Tristan McManus is standing by for us. Tristan, how's it going over there?
Yeah, same here, Taz. I mean, it's bleeding freezing outside, so I'm delighted I'm in here. I'm here with Rory Jordan as well from APIA. Rory, great season so far for you guys. You must be happy with it.
Yeah, look, we are happy, but obviously we're a little bit off the top where we want to be, so we'll keep working hard and hopefully close the gap.
And when it comes to the draw now here tonight, I mean, what's the eyes on? I mean, do you want to play some of the big boys, put them out of the cup, or do you want to try go as deep as you can into it?
Yeah, I'm sure the boys want an away trip. They'll be happy with that, but my boss won't be. So we'll see who we get. We'll be keen to verse whoever we draw.
What do you make of Roy O'Donovan pulling the balls out? I mean, he's been doing you favours already this season. You're coming up against them next week as well, so...
Yeah, he's good. Hopefully you guys drain him a little bit tonight and he comes out a little bit not as fresh as he should be. So, yeah, no, excited. He's a competitor, so come Saturday we'll be ready for a good fight.
There you go, folks. You heard there first. We're going to get off in here soon enough. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Tristan. I like that. Everyone's throwing a bit of shade at you over there, Roy, turning this ball drawing into a bit of an art. Bit of a sports form, hey?
Tell you what, I hope I give it to my good draw. They deserve it because they're not getting it easy on Saturday.
Oh, up your Leichhardt, throwing it back down.
What also is great is all these clubs want a Kontiki tour.
Yeah, that's it. There's a bit of a theme emerging already.
I get that. It's good to know where everyone's focused at this point of time in the season as well across the NPL. All right, let's take a look at the teams that make up the teams in the draw, 32 in total. They'll all be drawn here this evening. First up from New South Wales and Northern New South Wales, you've got the Cup specialists in APIA, Leichhardt, Blacktown City, NWS Spirit. We won't talk too much about them. Roy, will we? Sorry about that. Rockdale, Ilinden. And, of course, representing the A-League, the Mariners, the Bulls, Sydney FC and the Western Sydney Wanderers, who've only made it as far as the semi-finals. And from Northern New South Wales, the Lambton Jaffas and Edgeworth FC, who, of course, Daniel Breen well and truly put on the map. Old Man River, the oldest goal scorer in Australia Cup history. Great commentary from you as well that night as well, Andy Harper. From Victoria, Oakleigh Cannons, the Burgers, Hume City, Rendezvous FC, Melbourne, Srbija, South Melbourne. They returned to the competition for the first time in a couple of years. Melbourne City, who lifted the Australia Cup in 2016, and Melbourne Victory, who lifted this competition showpiece twice. And on debut from Tassie, the Glenorchy Knights. That'd be a great trip. Love Tassie. Queensland, Brisbane City, Lions FC, Moreton City Excelsior, and Olympic FC from the ACT, the O'Connor Knights, who are on debut. And from the NT, it is the Darwin Hearts, who are on debut as well. From South Australia, Campbelltown City, the Modbury Jets and the Reds, who are the most successful team in Australia Cup history. From WA, Olympic Kingsway and Perth Redstar. Josh Risden, Adam Taggart having played for them. And from NZ is representing them, the Wellington Phoenix. And of course, there's playoffs still to come. 4 will become 2. Tuesday the 23rd of July and Wednesday the 24th of July. Royal Perth Glory, Newcastle Jets v Western United. They're all played at Darwin Football Stadium. You can catch those live and exclusive on 10 Play. And reminding you about all of the draw principles. If it's a member-fed v member-fed, the first ball drawn will host the fixture. If it's an all A-League club, the first ball drawn will host the fixture. If a match drawn involves a member-fed and an A-League club, the member-fed will host. And if any fixture involves the Wellington Phoenix, the Knicks are automatically deemed as the away club. You got the principles there. Let's do this. It's over to you, Roy. No pressure, hey? No pressure from anyone. All right.
Good luck to everybody. Here we go.
Give it a whirl. Okay.
We're ready to write, are we?
We're ready to write down.
Scribing furiously.
First team out, Moreton City Excelsior.
Moreton City Excelsior, previously, of course, known as Moreton Bay United, they make their third appearance. And who will they face?
They will play Campbelltown City SC. So it is a road trip.
Campbelltown City.
So Campbelltown City are the team that knocked out Macarthur in 2023, the round of 32, knocked out the holders last season. So they'll be looking to go on another little cup run after making the round of 16.
Some famous A-League names and beyond in that Campbelltown team. 2 Mullen boys, cousins. Damien Murray's son, I think, is at Campbelltown City.
Josh.
I don't know if we can expect some goals there as well. And Christian Constantinopoulos, Nathan's brother, gets a run too against Moreton City. They're struggling a little bit in football, Queensland Premier League.
Great knowledge, Andy.
Just get a ball out right. There's more to come.
We go again.
Keep your powder dry, halves. Let's not pick too early.
Don't waste it all, Andy.
Well, they only come out once, Campbelltown. So.
The mighty NWS Spirit, who knocked my beloved Sydney Olympic out. And Adam Peacock, a friend of everybody here, his son, put the nail in our coffin that night, so he's put himself on the map. Sorry, lads. There we go. They will play against Glenorchy Knights.
Glenorchy Knights.
So they're making their debut, aren't they, Glenorchy
Yes,
Knights?
from Tassie.
From Tassie, established 1956, Croatian heritage club.
Well, it's a northbound trip. I'm not sure if going to Christie Park in Macquarie in Sydney really
beautiful.
counts as an exotic
Beautiful
holiday
this time of year,
midweek.
Andy. Where else would you rather be? Beautiful. Bit of wind.
From Tassie to Christie Park.
Beauty.
Indeed.
Perfect magic of the cup.
They'll
There
be
you go.
climatised. They'll be climatised, Roy.
Let's go again. Next up, we have O'Connor Knights.
Another debutante club
O'Connor Knights.
from the ACT.
Premiers in 2023. The O'Connor Knights from Canberra.
They will play a good one. Macarthur FC.
Ooh,
Macarthur
they'll be delighted with that. I know they've got
FC.
a watch party down at the Croatian club in O'Connor tonight. So hello to everybody who's watching from the O'Connor Knights. And they got a chance to maybe knock one of the former winners out.
Yeah,
in the
and
balls.
just probably good geography as well, as far as getting some fans into an away match, because Canberra becomes something in an APL sense. O'Connor Knights could show the way forward to a Canberra Macarthur derby of sorts in the A-League queue. That's of course down the track.
Yes.
And O'Connor Knights can put the wind up Macarthur FC. Wouldn't that be great?
Be great.
Fourth fixture for this evening.
Next up, Perth Redstar.
Perth Redstar, their second appearance, second currently in the NPL WA. Josh Risdon, Adam Taggart, recent Ryan Williams play at Perth Redstar as well. I presume it's going to be a road trip for whoever is facing. Oh!
We'll play Lions FC, Tara.
Lions FC from Queensland. Matt Rydenton and Josh Brindle South. They're second in NPL Queensland at the moment. This is a great fixture.
And Andy Pengelly, who's had some big days in the Cup in the past. Still surprises me that he's not been picked up by an A-League club. Perth Redstar, this is the former ECU Joondalup. Which is why when I saw the name, I was like, that name's not familiar to me.
Yes.
But anyway, that's a merger with the Northern Redbacks a couple of years ago. And you rightly said that Josh Risdon, Adam Taggart, Reece and Ryan Williams came through. Two ex-A-League players currently in their team, Joel Chianese and a certain Rocket Ready.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, this ECU Joondalup, which has now morphed through the merger into Perth Redstar, they're a powerhouse production-wise. There's so many young West Australians have come through that club and straight back to Europe, actually, to Britain. There's a real British feel through the youth ranks there, and a lot of kids have gone through ECU Joondalup, now Perth Redstar to league football.
I think it was the
England.
Williams boys' father, wasn't it? Eric,
Yeah, that's
who was,
possibly so. And then the other side of that coin, of course, is the progenitor of the Brisbane Roar. It's Lions FC, which is the Dutch history of that club. The Brisbane Roar came out of that. So this is a good one to watch, actually.
the club that George Best once played for. the
That's
Lions.
right.
Only briefly.
Really briefly.
Mid-80s.
Roy.
Harps remembers.
Well, George Best is going to come up with another club. He was a bit of a Johnny Farnham farewell tour.
He never left.
He played for my local club as well, Cork Celtic. Just a little bit of trivia. So he was on the farewell tour. A few quid involved, I think. OK, here we go. Melbourne, Srbija.
Oh, here we go.
No away trip, sorry.
Sorry, they wanted the away trip, didn't they? On debut, so a big night. Victoria Premier League Division 2. So they are, as we heard from their captain earlier, that they are the lowest ranked team in this competition, 3 divs below, but it's great that they are on this stage.
And who will they have?
Woo!
Archie Thompson at the ready.
Could it be an A-League club?
It won't be. It will be Modbury Jets.
Modbury Jets.
So a good opportunity for both teams to progress there, they will feel.
Second appearance for the Modbury Jets from South Australia. Brandon Barella came through the Modbury Jets.
They're currently top of the NPL in South Australia.
Yes.
Melbourne, Srbija playing in NPL 3 for the first time in 20 years at the moment. They're joint top with North Sunshine. This is a club that's had a few name changes down the years. Used to be Fitzroy City, but now Melbourne, Srbija. So they've got a home draw. That'll be a big night.
That'll be a big
night. In the canteen.
Yeah, it will.
They'll have a big night tomorrow again. They play Slovenia in the Euros.
Yeah.
Without further ado, here we go. we have Olympic FC.
From Queensland.
Olympic FC, fourth appearance from Queensland.
Regular competitors at around 32.
They will match up against
Woo.
APIA Leichhardt. There's your road trip,
Leichhardt.
guys. Thank me at the weekend.
You're on the road.
That's a good fixture.
Oh, you
APIA,
like
of course,
that.
have been giant killers in the past, haven't they?
Yeah.
Famously.
They've had a great run.
Beaten Melbourne victory, 3-2 with, was it Tusker Sakia, the young kid who was washing
right.
dishes at the restaurant
Oh,
on the
that's
day
right.
before the
Yes.
game? Scored a couple.
I don't know if the ship's wobbling a little bit at APIA. I mean, you beat Marconi a couple of weeks ago, hit them for 4, and Marconi put 4 past APIA on the weekend at Lambert Park, which was a surprise result.
Yes.
They've got a few weeks to get things ready, but I don't know, Roy?
Well, look, they're a solid outfit. They're a team
Yeah.
that they've been together for quite a while, as have Marconi. I think it's where our league is at the moment. Anybody on their day can beat anybody. And, I'm sure APIA will see that as a blip. We hope not when we get there at the weekend, Andy, as you well know. So I'm not giving you nothing. There we go. Next, let's go. Here we go. Western Sydney Wanderers.
Western Sydney Wanderers. Okay. Semi-final is there.
Yeah,
Finish.
twice, 2017,
Yeah, twice.
2018. I thought they were going to go all the way last year, but wasn't to be. Lost to Brisbane.
Brisbane City FC will be happy with this one.
Brisbane City FC. So Brisbane City FC, just as you know, due to the principles that the member-fed club will host. So Brisbane City will host. The Wanderers have got an away trip.
A new coach.
Brisbane City coached by Carl Dodd,
Yeah.
former A-League players, and ex-Socceroo James Meredith, I think is his
right, he's the
assistant
captain.
and player as well. Yep.
Right, on we go.
Next out, we have my old club, Central Coast Mariners. One
Few
of
of them,
many.
Roy.
One of many. And
I mean, that didn't narrow it down at all.
No. That's one of about 12. There we go.
As we all went, which one?
And he's playing against another one of my old
Yeah, it is probably. Let's see a commentary in here. No, I'm only joking.
You know what the Mariners
There we go.
achieved this season.
Mariners will play. Archie, over to you. Heidelberg United.
So Heidelberg will host that one.
Yeah, that's right.
That'll be good. Olympic Village, which has been, I
That's a
think,
good game,
renovated in the last couple of years. I remember doing a cup tie there a few years ago against Melbourne City. They had 11,500 people there, so that'll be a terrific night.
I think
Night.
that was the first night of Bruno Fornaroli.
Could well have been. Yeah.
I think that was the big night. It was a fantastic night, and Heidelberg have had a great history
Yes, they have.
at both cup level and NSL level. And I think it's given their status and history to play against the Mariners, who've taken all before them in recent times. Actually, a great opportunity for Heidelberg.
And I think Fornaroli announced himself on the A-League stage against Central Coast Mariners that season as well.
Yeah, right.
But who hasn't? To be
Yeah.
fair, that year everyone announced themselves to the A-League. I think Brendan Santalab used to make a career out of scoring against the Central Coast Mariners from memory as well. Anyway, here we go. Next
Take a
up.
pause for a minute there and take a look at the first 8 fixtures, team, and who and what you're looking forward to seeing amidst some of the best nights we're going to see in football. Taking a look at the early fixtures, a round of 32 as we have there, and we can recap the action to remember. As per the draw principles, the A-League clubs will not be hosting, but they'll be travelling, and it is a away trip. What sticks out for you, Harps?
Game 6, Olympic FC APIA.
Yeah,
I think
good one.
That's the one I'll be looking out for, particularly of the first 8.
I think the ones for me, I mean, you know, the Cup is about giant killing, isn't it? So you want to see clubs like O'Connor Knights go up against Macarthur. You want to see Heidelberg host the Mariners. You want to see Brisbane City hosting Western Sydney Wanderers. And all those clubs in the past have been knocked out by member federation clubs. The Wanderers lost to APIA, I think, a couple of years ago. The Mariners, back when they were in the dark days, they lost a couple of times, I think, to Blacktown City one year, I remember. Macarthur have lost a game to NPL clubs as well. So, yeah, I think that's what you want from cup football at this stage. giant killings.
Good time to get them now in the round of 32
Yep.
because these will kick off on the 30th of July, which means NPL comps and divs below are in full flight. And when it comes to the A-League men's, I think some of the guys will just be getting back from Bali.
Well, this is a really good point you raised, Tara, actually, just to crack a serious tone here, because at the moment, a few weeks out, 4 weeks out from the start of this, fans are reading about the exit lounge at their clubs. There's a lot of players leaving clubs. Really, Brisbane have been pretty... they've got the playoff coming soon too. They've been pretty aggressive in restocking. There's not a lot of other clubs who've been in that sort of mode at the moment. So by the time these round of 32 matches comes, we don't really know what state the A-League rosters are going to be in most senses. The Mariners, you'd reckon, will be pretty much still together, but the others we're not quite sure. So it does open the door even more for the member-fed teams.
Or who the coaches will be. Question mark. Question mark.
Small point.
Yeah. Doesn't that give Brisbane City and teams of that ilk a real feeling of a chance, you know?
I thought so.
Yeah.
Magic of the cup, there we go.
There you go. Let's get some more magic right now and throw it back over to Archie Thompson, who's at the home of Hume City. Archie, what's the reaction been like over there?
Well, Tars, the reaction hasn't been too good because they're playing at home and a lot of these guys want an away trip, right? A lot of moans and groans, but, mate, we've got Adrian Zara here from Heidelberg. You've got one of the giants of the A-League. They've won the title the last 2 years. You must be excited to be playing them.
Yeah, we are. It's obviously going to be a massive challenge, but it's something that we're obviously looking forward to.
And, look, they've won the Asia Cup, they won the grand final and the minor premiership. I just heard J.A., the manager, say, all right. But, look, these cups are all about giant killing, and you feel like you've got a good opportunity knowing they're probably still in Bali celebrating those wins?
Yeah, well, we're hoping that, I guess. It's one of those things where if you get an A-League team earlier, it's probably a lot easier for an NPL team, but for us, it's just about, the experience and hopefully a good result, so...
Okay, beautiful. And Thomas, I'm sorry, mate, you didn't get that away trip, but you're playing an NPL team in South Australia. I heard that, there was a few moans there, but a really realistic chance of progressing.
Yeah, but absolutely. So, as I said before, any team that we come up against, we're looking forward to the challenge. We'll give them a taste of what, Division 3 football's about and, see how we get on.
Well, let's just hope there's an away trip because it's getting pretty tense in here, guys.
Need to do some breathing exercise, Archie. You're the king when it comes to calming down and relaxing. All right, well, let's get some more reaction now and head out to Lambert Park. Tristan McManus is standing by for us. What's the reaction been on your side in the inner west there, Tristan, when it comes to the draw?
Yeah, it's a bit the same here, but it's a mixed bag. Obviously, Jared, you guys... You wanted that road trip, didn't you? It didn't come quite true, but you got the home game against Glenorchy there, first time in the Australia Cup. How are you feeling about that draw?
Yeah, I mean, we're happy Roy didn't stitch us up with another Sydney team for knocking us out, knocking them out. But no, we're happy. We'll back ourselves against most teams and enjoy it. Obviously, the boys are watching this at home, and for sure, I can see my phone's going off right now. They're angry that we don't have the away trip, but here's what it is, and we go from there.
Well, it gives you a chance to potentially get one. The form has turned a little bit for you in the last couple of weeks as well. That must be a good thing going forward.
Yeah, definitely. The boys are in a good patch at the moment. We finally put a few things together. Got our strong team after a few injuries and things like that. But no, I think we're going to it in a good state of mind, a good patch of form, and we're happy with that.
Good on you. Rory here, he's pretty happy. He's got one. You got Olympic FC. You're after drawing there. Really good game for the neutral.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm sure the boys wanted the away trip. I'll relay the good news to them after training. But like I said, we're keen to go pretty far in this competition. So whoever we verse, we'll look to put away.
There we go. You heard it here first, guys.
Thanks so much, Tristan. It's a great reaction there. I like that. Very serious. The boys wanted their away trip, and I'll tell them after training. I think they'll know. Be on Twitter. Roy, back to you. Final 8 fixtures.
Here we go.
Dig deep, Roy.
There we go.
Doing your warm-up exercises.
I do my best, Simon. So much pressure here. Here we go. We have Olympic Kingsway SC.
Hey. Olympic Kingsway, WA on debut. The Green Machine.
Nice swirl.
So who's
They
making
will
the
play
trip to
against
Perth?
the mighty Edgeworth Eagles.
Wow. Ooh. Edgeworth
Old Man
Eagles.
River, Daniel McBreen. Where is he?
That's a good trip for Edgeworth, across the country, to at WA. They're going great guns in the NPL over there. They're top, won 10 straight, unbeaten in 14. This is their debut, of course, in the Australia Cup round of 32. But, yeah, an up-and-coming club. They won the local derby against Stirling Macedonia 3-0 at the weekend as well. So that's a good draw for them, I reckon.
And winnable, you'd think.
Yeah.
Very winnable. The oldest club represented, I think 1892, the Edgeworth Eagles were constituted as a football team in the coalfields in Newcastle, and they fly the flag for the heritage.
Absolutely.
mob.
This could be their finest day, Andy.
Yeah, well, they've had a few.
Next up, we have Sydney FC.
Sydney FC,
Champions.
of course, yeah. When it comes to the Australia Cup, that is currently in their possession. 3-1 in the final. Allianz Stadium, they defeated Brisbane Roar to lift the cup in 2023. They've done it 2 times previously.
They will play it. Oakleigh Cannons.
Well, that's a repeat of the game a couple of years ago in which Oakleigh Cannons beat Steve Corica's then team and knocked them out of the cup. So I presume that game, well, no, it will. It'll be flipped, won't it?
Flipped.
So
Oakleigh Cannons will host Sydney FC. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what state Sydney FC? Player-wise, you know, that's one of the clubs at the moment going through a huge roster shift, and Oakleigh meet them right at the right time, you'd imagine.
Yes.
Luke Bratton not there, Jack Rodwell gone.
You'd imagine a lot of young players, Andy, will get a chance.
Yeah.
Which Oakleigh Cannons will probably hope will be cannon fodder for them. They'll hope that'll give them an opportunity.
Good pun, boy.
Well, there you go. I've only been doing this 2 years. Sorry about
Wasted
that.
behind the Bulls there, Roy.
Yeah, sorry, lads.
Get him out.
I take my eye off the blue balls here. Sorry, my bad.
Olympic blue, by the way.
Exactly. I'm too involved. Here we go. South Melbourne.
South Melbourne. Top of NPL Victoria, back on the big stage. It's the first time in 3 years, which is a surprise, really, that they haven't been in this competition more regularly, you've got to say.
There we go. Wellington Phoenix.
Wow. So South Melbourne, what a night that will be, host the Knicks.
Souths, of course, got to the semis 2017, but they lost to Sydney FC 5-1. I actually thought they would have been. This is only their 4th appearance.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I thought that would have been more. I'm surprised that it's not more than that. But anyway.
Well, that's the burden of their history, I think.
Yeah.
You know, Oceania Club of the Century. Massive presence in Australian football. And, of course, every time the Cup, from a national viewpoint, those not in Victoria, but from a national viewpoint, when the Cup draw, like tonight, comes up, where's South Melbourne? And the fact that they haven't been here every year as an institution surprises people outside of Victoria, really, because of the weight of their history. So we hope that they can give it a shake this time around.
Good game for them as well, Wellington Phoenix.
And by the way, South Melbourne, APIA, Leichhardt, the only new national second division clubs that are in the round of 32.
Round of 32.
Good knowledge. There we go. Next up.
Sorry to rub that in, Roy.
Listen, I'm used to it with you. Here we go. Adelaide United.
Adelaide United, most successful Cup team. Of course, lifting it in 2014, and they did it back-to-back in 2018 and 2019. So who will the Reds face?
They will play against Blacktown City.
OK, so Blacktown City will host the Reds.
I reckon they'll fancy that.
Yeah.
Blacktown.
Yeah, for sure.
They've pulled off a couple of cup shocks in the past. Mark Crittenden, their manager's been there for many, many years. That's a tough place to go in the round of 32.
He's a great coach, Critter. He's done a terrific job with Blacktown City, which has its own, albeit brief, National Soccer League history as well.
Yeah.
But they have just been a prolific thoroughfare club for players coming through, with a dashing of some English royalty too. Kevin Keegan and Bobby Charlton played there on one of their farewell tours from professional football and drew big crowds. I mean, this was the thing of the NSL at the time. The big names out of England didn't mind coming to play for 3, 4, 5 weeks. Your club had Ian Rush for a spell, a short spell.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those days have long gone, but we remember that at Blacktown City very.
Kevin Keegan, was he a Ballon d'Or winner at one point? Was he a World Player of the Year, Kevin Keegan?
World Player of the Year.
Yeah.
late 70s.
Tell you what, some signing for Blacktown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabby Stadium's never rocked
That's it.
like it.
There we go.
That'll be a great night.
By the way, they were only a penalty shootout away from reaching the semi-finals in 2017 against the Wanderers.
Yes.
Ran Tony Popovich's team very close, don't you?
Yep. It was a big night. Next up.
Next cab off the rank is Newcastle again, Lambton Jaffas.
Lambton Jaffas, representing northern New South Wales.
Top of that competition at the moment, and the champions as well.
Nikolai Topper-Stanley's club.
Yes, and Ben Kennedy.
And Nikolai Topper-Stanley will have a tough task against Melbourne Victory.
Melbourne Victory. Is Topper okay? Is he injured?
I think he's got a sore foot, but
Yeah, I thought that.
I'm sure he'll shake it off. He's old stock, so.
That's a great draw for Lambton Jaffas. Terrific.
What a night, yeah.
That'll be a big night
They're
for them
flying.
up there. And, of course, again, you know, with the coaching situation of Victory, Tony Popovich has gone. As yet, no full-time announcements in place.
Fast turnaround for Melbourne Victory to get all of their ducks in a row, really, with more announcements today of players that have left. That
Most importantly, Damien De Silva. It's a big loss.
Yeah.
Huge loss. Been fantastic for the Victory, and the Jaffas sit waiting at the Snedden Oval. If it's in its normal nick, Roy, and you can update us on this, but Snedden Oval is normally a beautiful place to play.
Yep.
Really beautiful. It's just a stone's throw from the stadium at Newcastle. McDonald's Jones. I'm not sure if the game's going to be moved, actually, if Snedden Oval is not deemed good enough. Sometimes that happens.
Yes.
But from a footballer's viewpoint, there wouldn't be a better place to play in Newcastle.
It's a terrific place to play football. It's a very well-run club as well. And they're currently cruising, I think, at top of the Northern New South Wales Premier. So this will be a different type of challenge for them, though. Here we go. Next up, the winner of one of my other old clubs. It's getting too funny, this. Winner of Newcastle Jets versus Western United.
So Newcastle Jets.
And that'll be versus...
That's 24th of July, Jets v Western United play. Of course, that live on 10 play. That will decide which team will indeed make it.
The winner of that will play Rockdale Ilinden.
Rockdale.
So Rockdale will host that one.
Yeah. They're back in the comp for the first time in 6 years, but are flying.
Yep. And they've got still Alec Urasevsky,
And
former Sydney FC striker who keeps banging in the goals. They're going pretty well. Top at the NPL New South Wales, 7 points clear. So, again, potential shock. You'd imagine Newcastle and Western. I mean, obviously, Western are relatively new to the competition, but Newcastle have not got a particularly great record in the Cup. I think they've reached the quarterfinals once, that's it. Western the same. So that could be a shock.
It should be. And Rockdale, coached by Paul D, a fine coach. I mean, he took Manly to great heights in the Sydney NPL, or Football New South Wales NPL. Former AIS player, Marconi player. Has got a pretty healthy job on the sideline as well, as a corporate life as well. But very, very astute coach, very successful at this level. And whoever it is out of the Jets and Western United will want to be on their game, certainly.
That's right.
And the Jets and Western United won't really want to play an AstroTurf in the middle of the week down there, so it'll be a tough task against a very seasoned Rockdale outfit. And next up we have the winner of Brisbane Roar versus Perth Glory.
Of course, that'll be decided on the 23rd of July in Darwin. Who will win that one?
Brisbane beaten finalists, of course, last year.
That's right.
1-0 up in the final.
They've got a bit of stability when it comes into the roster that Ruben's built.
An all-A-League affair.
Okay.
Melbourne City FC.
Melbourne City, 2016 Australia Cup winners.
And lost in the final to Adelaide. Got absolutely belted, do you remember? 2019, 4-0.
Yes.
Didn't really show up. So, yeah, that's a tough draw for all those teams.
That is.
Perth beaten finalists twice, but never lifted the
Not much
trophy.
mixing left here, lads. There we go.
Strong work from you, Roy.
Tell you what, lucky I warmed up. We have Darwin Hearts.
Darwin Hearts.
Darwin Hearts on debut, the team with Nepalese heritage. It's fantastic to see them make their debut into
Mix it up, but it's not
Australia Cup.
And Darwin Hearts will play against
And it's
Hume
where
City.
Archie Thompson has been waiting for the reaction all night. And last but not least, boys,
Got an away trip.
you go to Darwin.
You should get this one out now, Simon, before the Darwin Hearts of Nepalese heritage.
Yes.
You'd reckon against Hume City, it's a mountain to climb.
I see exactly what you've done
Did
there.
you see what happened
I
there?
did.
It would be like
Very
Mount
good,
Everest. I
mate.
get it.
Very
I get
good,
it. I get it.
It's obviously moved you.
It's one of your best.
Starting from a low base.
Maybe
for
there
us,
was a bit of thinking going. I've been working hard, Andy. I don't know if you know.
I'm going to start crying tears into the orb there. That's why that's there.
I
We're
thought
going
he
to
was
take a look.
magnificent on the balls. Right, magnificent on the
There you
balls.
We
go.
haven't seen many better, and I mean, because it is, 10 years that we celebrated the competition, we saved the best to the 10th year. And here's a recap of those draws, like the final 8 draws that we see there in the round of 32, of course, Olympic Kingsway, Edgy, the Oakleigh Cannons against Sydney FC, South Melbourne back in the comp for the first time in 3 years, a Rocky Night against the Knicks, Blacktown City and the Reds, the Jaffas victory, Rockdale against either the winner of the Jets or Western United, the winner of Brisbane or Perth, will host Melbourne City. And well, the boys, Hume City, they've got a trip on their hands as they head to warmer weather, I'm going to presume, as they face the Darwin Hearts. What do you like, team?
I actually like the Blacktown City Adelaide United fixture. As we've already mentioned, Blacktown, make things difficult at home. Adelaide, I remember a few years ago, I think it was the year after they won the A-League title, they went to Redlands in Brisbane in the round of 32 and lost. So it can happen. I think all those ties involving NPL clubs and A-League clubs will be one to keep an eye on it. And as I said before, I think that's the essence of what the Cup's all about, at this stage anyway.
Edgy away to Olympic Kingsway has caught the eye, and of course Darwin Hearts. I mean, the NT teams we have very little interface with outside of the Cup, and so always look forward to seeing them and just the beautiful, I guess presumptuously to say, the beautiful background of this club.
Yes.
Could present a really nice story that night. Hume City get their away trip and they'll enjoy that. But I'm looking forward to seeing how the Darwin Hearts go.
We were able to deliver an away trip, one of the teams. Anyway, let's hear how they're feeling about it. It's back over to Archie Thompson. Arch, we saved it till last. Hume City, they're off to the NT.
Yes, Tara, I can walk out of here alive. We got one. I'll tell you what, I haven't heard a bigger cheer of this, I think, the whole night. But Josh, congratulations, mate. You're going on a away trip. Have you ever been to Darwin before?
No, never. I don't think any of the boys have, to be honest. So, yeah, pretty exciting for us.
Are you more excited about going to Darwin, or your real opportunity to actually progress into the, what is it? Is it quarterfinals?
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to get to the round of 16.
Round of 16.
Come on,
so
Archie.
obviously, yeah, that's the first and foremost. That's what we're going up there to do a job. But yeah, at the same time, a couple of days off work, good trip with the boys. So yeah, looking forward to it.
He just corrected me, Michael. I like you better. Congratulations, Hume. You're going to Darwin. Now we've got Joe here. You got Sydney FC. You played them actually a couple of years ago in the quarterfinals, and you beat them 2-1. Do you feel like that can happen again?
I mean, we've got to, use that as encouragement that we've had success against them before. Obviously, we know it's going to be tough, but yeah, we fancy our chances. So let's see what happens.
And you're doing okay this year, but Sydney FC, they talked about it on the show. They're probably going to have a lot of turnover of players, underdone coming into this Australia Cup. There's a real big chance for you boys.
I think so, yeah. I think we played Melbourne City at a similar time last year, and it was their first few weeks back from pre-season, so we've got to try and use that to our advantage, and we should be peaking round about then, so hopefully we can, that'll even the tie up as much as possible.
Okay, Tara, I'm going to try to get onto this flight to Darwin because I don't care about the football. The night out sounds pretty good.
Thanks so much, Arch. And great to see, he's jumped ship. It could be another scarf around his neck next weekend as well. That'll be a great trip, as well, as he mentioned. I like that. What comes next? Just the round of 16, Tiger. Just the round of 16 for that one. And a big night. Joe Guest. I mean, he's a name that we're used to seeing as well when it comes to the NPL and the clubs that are in action in the Australia Cup, Shim.
Yeah, well, he won the Mike Cockrell medal, which, of course, is awarded for the best player from one of the member federation clubs throughout the tournament. I think Elvis Kamsoba was the first winner of it. And it can be the launchpad into, a professional career. So it's one of many nice things to have emerged, from this competition. And 10 years on, we're starting to build some real tradition in lots of different areas, and that's what it was intended to do. It's great.
Joe Guest, 2 goals last night to qualify as well for the round of 32. Well, let's get out to Tristan. He's in Lambert Park. Tristan, how's it all been received over there?
Yeah, things are going good here. Archie's wearing more scarves than I do, but he's jumping ship again, of course, as he does. Mark Crittenden here from Blacktown. You draw the mighty Reds, Adelaide. I say that because they are my team, but you're standing beside me. So what do you think of that draw?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to, go right to the end, you're going to have to beat one of the A-League clubs at some stage. So, we'll bring them to Lambton Stadium, and we've had a couple of A-League clubs there before and done well. So we'll back ourselves.
What can they expect from you guys? You're doing well in the league this year. Third at the moment.
Yeah, look, we're happy with the way we're going. Look, we'll just dig in. The work rate's great, effort's great, and we'll turn up and we'll put on a show.
Good on you. Nicholas Soros here as well from Rockdale. Your draw isn't complete just yet, but I mean, you get to take on either the Jets or Western United. Have you a preference there at all?
Not really. We'll treat it as any other game, but we've been doing well this year. We're sitting on top of the table in the National Premier League, so we'll take that form into the game, but we'll be patiently ready, but we've got a lot to work forwards to in our current season at the moment.
You got a little boo behind you, and it threw me more than it threw you, I think. But again, these are the teams you want to come up against as well. The defence is doing well from you guys as well, and I suppose with the Jets and probably with Western, they're probably not coming off the best seasons that they had so far, but Big Uba's gone from Adelaide, of course, to Western, so it'll be fun to come up against him.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a lot of confidence. Defence is doing fantastic, and we'll look to take every opportunity, and we know we'll have a great supporter base at Rockdale Ilinden, and the crowd will reflect that on the night, so we can't wait.
There you go. Yeah, I said it, but I forgot about bleeding Stamatolopoulos. He's there as well, isn't he? But there you go. You'll be good for him, huh? You're big enough. There you go.
Thanks so much, Tristan. Great to get some reaction there. And I liked it as well. It's already the game face when he was talking about the fixture. We've still got to get through. They're deep in the mix of seasons. Of their own season, potentially coming out top of that season as well, and it's full focus for what's ahead.
Tight comp. I mean, the NPL comps are real tight. Clubs are very aspirational. They do a great job given the resources that are available to them, and for the guys looking to break out of that perhaps still. And this is a great, as Simon just touched on, it's a great window, shop window for players, and given the turnover at A-League clubs at the moment, maybe even more so of a shop window for guys coming through the NPL. But 5th of October, Cup final night, I'm already looking forward to it, to be honest. There's going to be plenty of great stories before we get there. I know.
Well, of course, we kicked off the prelim rounds in February. Now it is the round of 32. I mean, one name that pops up in my mind is Elvis Kamsova, when he just, we all say, he came out of nowhere, but was plying his trade. Of course, it's through these leagues. It's through grassroots football and up. And this is where we sometimes, a player is thrust into the shop window, as you said, Harps, and it leads to years played in the A-Leagues.
Yeah, and, obviously because the games from the round of 32 onwards are televised as well, it gives not only a shop window to the A-League clubs, but to the football fans at large. And, for all of us involved in the game of football in this country, up until the Australia Cup coming along, or the FFA Cup as it was originally, there was this whole football community that we didn't get to see a whole lot of, really. So, it's made a lot of friendships, relationships, but also, a lot of knowledge that is now out there from all ends of the game, which is terrific. So, without wishing to go into politics, at some point down the line, if we can maybe align everybody around a league system, that would be terrific as well. For the time being, this is the closest thing we've got to it, and I think that's why people in Australia love it so much, because it's that link between all the different tiers. It's brilliant. Yeah,
it absolutely is. Let's cross back out to Archie now. I just want to see if he's wearing a different scarf. Archie, what are you wearing, mate? Oh, no scarf. Well done, that's safe.
Thanks. Thanks, Tara. Yes, through all the excitement of Hume City going to Darwin, we forgot, obviously, South Melbourne, who are playing another giant of the A-League, Wellington. How do you feel about that fixture?
Yeah, it's exciting. We've got a few Queensland boys, so a lot of them are hoping for a Brisbane trip home. But we'll welcome them here and try and do them and give them a long flight home, but looking forward to it. Do
you fancy your chances? Because at the moment you're sitting top of the NPL here in Victoria, 5 points, I believe, are a real chance to progress to the round of 16, right? Round of 16.
Yeah, we got a heap of games at the moment, but we'll be fit for it, and I guess they'll be coming into pre-season, so maybe a good time to play them, and yeah, looking forward to the game.
Okay, cheers, Harrison. Back to you, Taz.
Get a scarf, Arch. Get a scarf. All right, let's cross back out to Lambert Park now. Tristan's standing by with one of the Sydney FC players. Tristan.
Yeah, I'm here with Joel King, some of my own height. I'm so glad I'm not Archie Thompson. He's bleeding tiny. Joel, look at you got Oakleigh there. Obviously, it's the reverse of the quarterfinals 2 seasons ago where they put you out, but they went out in the last 32 themselves last season. What are you thinking about that game?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Obviously, a few years ago we lost some, so yeah, the boys are going to be out for revenge, and I think if we don't turn up, they're going to do the same thing. So we'll be ready for it, and we're really excited for the game.
There's got to be a lot of eyes on you guys as well. Obviously, trying to keep the cup as well, but certainly a lot of faces out the door. Are we expecting any new faces in the door pretty soon, or are you happy enough the way it is?
I think with the players we've got at the moment, we can still play very well. We've got a good squad, but yeah, obviously we're looking to bring players in. Who at this point, I wouldn't have a clue. Yeah, you're going to have to ask someone else.
But confidence, I suppose, when you're coming back into this to retain the cup, must be priority.
Yeah, for sure. I think the cup's a huge stepping stone to get into the season. Last year we won it, and yeah, it was really good for us. But yeah, we're going to have to do it all again this year. So yeah.
But there you go. Best of luck with it. Right, back to you, Taz. A couple of teams in here who want to draw them a little bit later in the draw, so we'll see how we go. All right.
Awesome. Thanks so much, team. Thanks so much, Tristan. Great to hear from Joel King as well, of course, from Sydney FC, who are the reigning cup winners. They'll face Oakleigh Cannons. Heard from Joe Guest a little earlier. This is a recap of your round of 32 draw. Moreton City Excelsior against Campbelltown City, NWS Spirit, Glenorchy Knights who are on debut, O'Connor Knights who are on debut as well against the Bulls, Perth Redstar, a host of A-League players that we see came through. Redstar against Lions FC, that's a huge fixture. FC Melbourne Srbija who are on debut and playing VPL 2 against the Modbury Jets. Olympic FC, APIA Leichhardt, Brisbane City against the Western Sydney Wanderers, who their best finish has been the semi-finals. And the Burgers are back in the comp to face the reigning champions and, of course, the Kings of Asia in the Central Coast Mariners. It's Olympic Kingsway, Edgeworth FC. What a night that will be. The Oakleigh Cannons against the reigning cup winners of Sydney FC, who've won it twice. South Melbourne, a heavy hitter when it comes to what they do in football in the NPL. Victoria return to the comp for the first time in 3 years. They will host the Knicks. Blacktown City against the most successful team in Australia Cup history, the Reds. Lambton Jaffas against Melbourne Victory. Rockdale Ilinden against either the winner of the Jets or Western United. Either the winner of Brisbane Roar and Perth Glory will host Melbourne City. It's the Darwin Hearts who are on debut, and it's a away trip for Melbourne City, as we heard from them a little earlier with Archie Thompson. They're absolutely pumped, and a lot of them will be heading into the NT for the very first time, and what a time to do it. This is heading your way as well, as I mentioned. 4 of these A-League men's clubs will become 2. You catch these live and exclusive on 10 Play. Brisbane Roar and Perth Glory go head-to-head on Tuesday, the 23rd of July from 7:25. And then it's the Jets v Western United. They'll play off for their spot in the round of 32 the next night on Wednesday, the 24th of July at 7:25 on the weekend. Roy, thank you so much for your skills drawing the balls, and best of luck this weekend up against APIA as well. You've been getting shade from left, right and centre about that one, but great to see you. Simon Hill, Andy Harper, thanks so much for your company tonight. And thank you so much for joining us at home as well. All of the fixtures and where they will be played, that will be online shortly in a couple of hours' time. And, of course, those ones, all the games kick off for the round of 32 on the 30th of July. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you very soon for all of the Australia Cup and football action. Good night.
Swings in the cross, teasing for Miliousnich. Give it away here, tag and shoot on sight. Oh, tag it! Moragas, he gets there, the ball in, Stamatolopoulos with Danzaki. He shoots, oh, he arrows it into the bottom corner.